Seeds. Text and pictures by Robbins. Sprouting wheat berries. What you need to know about seeds is that they sprout. There's energy in every seed, and inside each seed, another plant that wants to grow. These are wheat berries, seeds that I kept moist in a jar. Just a few days later, look what happened. Seeds come in many sizes and shapes. Every different sort of plant has a different sort of seed. Though every seed has the power to make a new plant, not every seed will do it. To grow, each seed must move or be moved to a place where everything is exactly right, where there's just enough moisture, just enough light, and just enough space for the new plant to grow. Milkweed seeds. Other seeds wind up by chance in places where they are able to grow. Cherries. From the seeds that farmers sow, and the spring and summer comes, and the summer come wonderful fruits, delicious sweet plums and cherries, peaches, apricots, and many others. Plums, pumpkins, melons. If you ever had a watermelon in the late summer or carved a jack-o'-lantern from a pumpkin in the fall, or cut a slice of juicy red tomato with a knife, then you've seen fruits that have not just one but many seeds inside. Wheat. When you eat a sandwich, consider this. The bread is not much more than the seeds of a grass called wheat, grounded up into flour and mixed with some water and a little bit of yeast. Corn. Corn is another kind of grass. The seeds are formed in clusters. The clusters, of course, are known as ears. The seeds are known as kernels. If you go for a walk in the woods in the fall and you happen to pass some stick-type plants, the chances are you'll come back with a bunch of these seeds on the cuff of your pants and stuck to the tops of your socks. Stick-types. Berries. Raspberries and blackberries are clusters of sweet and juicy beads that birds and people love to eat. Even when they're eaten, the seeds remain alive, and eventually they'll drop to the ground, often many miles away by then, and the seeds take root. Acorns and oats. If you stand under a big oak tree in the fall, you'll see thousands of acorns all over the ground. The acorns, of course, are the seeds of the tree. Squirrels eat them, but they often bury them first, saving them for another day. Sometimes, though, the squirrel forgets where it put them. The squirrel's mistake becomes a brand new oak tree. Dandelions. When the yellow flower of the dandelion is dry, what's left are the seeds in a fluffy white ball. If there's a wind or if you blow on the seeds, they float on the breeze and settle when and where they will. Maples. You see the seeds of the maple tree everywhere in the middle of spring. They have wings called samaras that make them flutter in the breeze as they fall from the trees like tiny helicopters. Impatiens. The impatiens is a pretty plant whose flower produces a tiny pod. When the pod is ripe, At the slightest touch, the seeds go flying. Lotus. The lotus grows not in the ground, but in the water. Its flowers make a fruit of sorts, and the fruits produce seeds. The seeds dry up, fall off, and are carried away downstream. Coconuts. The coconut palm grows in tropical zones, often right by the sea. When its seeds are ripe, they fall off and some of them land in the surf. They catch a ride on the currents and waves, and sooner or later they wash up on another shore. There another palm tree may grow. Avocados. The seeds of an avocado is called a pit, and with it you can have some fun. Try this. Stick some toothpicks in its side and set it, with the flat end down, in a glass or jar that is mostly filled with water. In a week or two, or maybe more, the pit will start to crack and split. Some roots will stick out from the bottom. The stem and the leaves will grow from the top. It's now an avocado. The end.